Barnet, I lived in Hackney and Tottenham. It was a shock moving here because I realised I've got 2 kids and I'm a single parent. I realised there were no, because in Tottenham where I used to live, there were sure start centres, activities that I could take the kids to. Being from another country, being a single parent, being a new mum, you feel completely isolated, and I found that was exaggerated when I moved to Barnet, because I find that in this borough the assumption is that everyone who lives here have got the resources to buy these things, services in. You've got your piano lessons, you've got your people network according to the class they belong to. So if you're slightly dispossessed, don't belong to a church, a synagogue, a mosque, you're kind of outside of any of those networks. And kind of bumping into people in Bohemia, I realised how much we need a space like that. And I was going, I was going almost every day just to knowing that there is a space that you can go in without making plans, nobody questions you. And I took my kids, they loved it. So it's such a great shame that if you do go from this part of London, it's we haven't got anything like it here. It's really, it's not for selfish reasons. It's just, we need spaces where people of all classes can enter without any prejudice. I mean, I spoke to people, someone who apparently lives on Totteridge Common, in a tent. And I spent one evening there, an hour and a half, just chatting to him. It was lovely. There isn't a space like that, I don't know if there is in other parts of London, but here we really, really miss people like you lot. Thank you very much, really appreciate it. Thank
I think we're always up for it, eh?
Behind us, the empty building.
So we've got Clive, I think John, and then Steve. Let's just do those 3 for now. So Clive?
Hi, I'm Clive. I'm involved in Occupy. I've been involved in the city and economics for over 30 years. Somebody referred to the judge saying that property rights trump human rights. And that is very true. And it's not just true since Margaret Thatcher and Mike Freer and people of that ilk. It's been true for centuries. The power of the land was vested in landowners, and it was the enclosures of the land that reduced that available to all of us to less than 4% by the beginning of the 19th century. So landowners who have created nothing, they contribute nothing, there is no wealth created, they collect all the wealth that is created by everyone else communally. That wealth and that value should be shared. So our property rights at a fundamental level are flawed. It's a huge flaw in our property system. And on top of that, the next power structure are the bankers, who with the establishment of the Bank of England in 1694, formalised usury, lending at interest. And this is what is driving the property market sky high exponentially. And it won't stop until it collapses again. And then we'll have another economic crisis, as Dave was referring to, that once the property market is exposed as false, the whole economics edifice will collapse. We've had these rolling crises, and they're getting more frequent and they're getting more vicious. And the next one is going to be so vicious because there's no money left to borrow, there is no more to be extracted from the taxpayer. It is a broken system. This is what is wrong. It's not tinkering with one property law, which pernicious as it is, it's actually overturning our whole premise of what property rights are about. Thank you.